starting, of course, in the kitchen, and we're doing a twist on a recipe for a perfect meal, one of my favorites, brunch. Lisa Samuel is the author of the cookbook Room at the Table, and she joins me now with a recipe for green shakshuka. Welcome back to New Day.
Thank you. It's so nice to be back. It's been a while.
Oh my gosh, yes, and I'm already smelling the most amazing things that are happening on this stove. So what are we making today, and how do we even begin?
Okay, it does smell really good in here.
It does.
Well, traditionally shakshuka is often a red sauce. You might see it often on menus as a red sauce, but I think it's really fun in the springtime to make it into a green shakshuka. Because I went to the farmer's market. I live in Bellingham, and I went to the farmer's market over the weekend, and every stall was just these beautiful little bunches of kale and leeks and Swiss chard, and so this is a perfect way to use up all of that kind of produce.
Is that what's all in here?
That's what's in here. So you start off by just sauteing leeks and fennel and Swiss chard and kale in a lot of olive oil.
Okay.
Until it gets really soft and the leeks are very wilted. And then to make the sauce, we're actually going to take half of this out of here.
And how long would you have cooked this normally? Like when
the leeks take maybe 10 or 15 minutes to cook down, and then you add in the fennel and the Swiss chard and the kale that's been kind of cut up into ribbons. And then that makes this nice wilted greens
concoction.
And
love
then
it.
We're gonna take half of it out because this is what makes it saucy.
Okay.
Because you need something to cook the eggs in so that the eggs can get nice and saucy because it's kind of baked eggs. So we take half of that out with half of a bunch of fresh parsley.
A lot. Okay, I did not know you were going all there. Okay.
Because it makes it just really verdant and fresh, and then a little water just to loosen it up.
Is that cold water too, or do you do
It's
warm?
just tap water. Just filtered
Okay.
tap water. Yeah, and then we're gonna turn this on and just blend this until it's pureed. And then this is gonna create the sauce.
Ooh, yes.
And so then this is gonna make it nice and saucy. There's also in here a little spicy pepper. So there's a little Aleppo pepper in here, and you can make it as spicy as you want. But Aleppo pepper has kind of a little bit more flavor than just red pepper flakes.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more paprika-like even.
And so you leave half of the other, so you want a little mix of some of
You want some texture.
Okay, some texture.
Yeah, so then you stir this together, and then we're gonna add in a little Parmesan cheese.
Yum.
And the Parmesan just adds a little more saltiness and a little umami flavor. So it just gives it that little extra something.
And are you putting this on low heat when you're doing this and then just kind of mixing everything together?
Yeah, and then we're gonna raise the heat to medium and get it so it's a little bubbly, and then we're gonna add our eggs. And so to add the eggs, you just make a little well in your sauce, and then you drop an egg into the well.
Ooh.
And then here's a trick for getting the perfect eggs.
I know, please give me all the tricks.
The eggs are the trickiest part because it's really easy to overcook them.
Okay.
But if you overcook them, it's not a big deal. Because it's, everybody loves to eat anyway.
It's for me if I'm cooking.
Yeah.
I'll just have to deal with it.
And if friends are coming over for brunch, all they want is to sit around and drink champagne and talk anyway.
Here you go. Thank you. You're making this look easy though, so I'm feeling good.
It's actually, I make this for brunch all the time for friends, and it's always really fun. I usually do a red and a green shakshuka. But if you make that well, then you can see the whites are kind of starting to cook a little bit.
Yes.
And then you just take a lid and you put the lid on kind of halfway, whatever kind of lid that you have that fits on top of your pan, so that a little steam comes out. And then this takes about 10 minutes to cook until the eggs are perfect. And then when the eggs are done,
ta-da!
You can see, if I jiggle this a little bit,
yes,
you can see that they're still kind of runny on the inside.
And that's how they're not overdone.
Yes,
but
but then the whites are cooked. And then I top it with some feta cheese and some toasted pumpkin seeds. And then I serve it with a gluten-free sourdough flatbread.
Did you make that too?
I did.
Of course you did.
The
Amazing.
The recipe's in my cookbook. And I love to just put this on the table at brunch and then let everyone help themselves. And if I could serve you.
Oh my
maybe
gosh,
a little
please.
bit.
And while you're serving me, talk to me about your new book, your cookbook, Room at the Table. Or is it
Yes.
not so new now? It's been out
It's been out for about a year or so.
Okay.
But it is, it's all gluten-free recipes. And but I always say that you don't have to be gluten-free to enjoy the book, because there's lots of recipes in there that anybody would like.
Yes.
And then I'll just show you with the bread. You can just dip it right into that egg.
And look at that runny,
And it's
perfect
got that perfect egg.
This is a showstopper for people, I feel like, when they come over for brunch. This looks amazing.
Yeah, it's really delicious. It's a favorite for sure.
And while I'm, taste testing this, you have had some digestive issues in the past. So talk to me about that, and is that what kind of prompted you to put out a cookbook like this? And I'm gonna dive in.
That's what that was the impetus behind the cookbook. And then during the pandemic, when I was at home with my son cooking every single meal, I thought it would be a perfect time to write the cookbook and photograph it. And so it was really a fun project and has been really successful, and I think has found its people.
This is absolutely amazing, and the bread, I can't tell that that's gluten-free. Everyone kind of knows the gluten-free bread that you can taste where you're like, something's not quite. That is absolutely amazing. Love the flavors. What else can people find in the cookbook that are some of your favorite other recipes that you want people to know about?
The other shakshuka recipe that's in there is great, or I have a kale hummus, which is made. It's a tahini and kale kind of like a hummus, but made with kale instead of chickpeas. So that's definitely another favorite. Or chicken and zucchini meatballs are another favorite too.
Amazing.
And fried chicken. I'm from Kentucky originally, so there are a lot of Southern recipes in there as well.
Oh my goodness, I love that so much. Okay, how are we doing on the eggs? I know.
I can show you now. You can sort of see that the whites are cooking there. And
how long do you think? Much longer?
It takes 10 minutes.
So a little long, like 5 more minutes.
Yeah. It takes about 10 minutes for those eggs to cook. So
they're bubbling. That looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time and showing me something that I think I can,
Thank you.
potentially do
Thanks
for
for having
brunch.
me.
Of course.